today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how to make plantain pie. So if you want to see how to make this, stay tuned and keep on watching. Let's get started. Pies, you'll be needing 2 ripe plantains, and the plantains are already washed with salt and water and dried with some paper towels. So what I will do now is to slice this plantain, and we'll be boiling this plantain. So just take off the heads and cut this into 2. Pop this into your cooking pot. It's just very easy, and add in some water. For us now to boil the plantains, add in some water that can be able to cover the plantains. Allow this to cook for roughly 20 minutes. I have lots of plantain roll, plantain pie recipe coming up for you guys very soon. So I'll be sharing the recipe with you guys one at a time. So enjoy this, guys. So just allow this to cook for roughly 20 minutes and we'll be back in 20 minutes time. We are waiting for the plantain to boil. Into a clean bowl, make sure to measure out 3 cups of plain flour, and please do not always forget to sieve your flour. It's very important because sometimes the flour has stayed longer in the shop and there are some dirt inside or particles, whatever you choose to call it. Just make sure you sieve your flour always. So just measure out the flour very quickly and add in half tablespoon of salt and half tablespoon of baking powder. When you are done with that, gently mix this together very well. Guys, when you are done with that, gently mix this together very well until all the dry ingredient is completely incorporated. In there I have 80 grams of shea butter. You can as well use unsalted butter. You can as well use salted one, so you can as well use margarine. So just gently add in your butter, and this butter is very chilled. You should take a closer look. So gently mix this together very well until you get a crumb-like texture. So that is just what you are going for. Do not overwork. When you are done mixing, it should be looking something like this. So do not worry if there are clumps of butter on it. Don't worry about it. So in here I have some cold water with some ice cube. So just make sure to add in my water bit by bit and mix this together until I get the perfect consistency I want. So do not over add your water. Just make sure to add them bit by bit if you want to get a very flaky crust. So don't over add water. It's very important. This step is super important. So you just have to be very careful the way you are adding your water. So just keep adding in the water 1 tablespoon at a time and mix until you get something that is not too strong and it won't be too soft. It should be kind of in between. So guys, that is just it. Yeah, at this stage I'm done adding in the water. I'm just trying to bring the dough together so we can pop this into the fridge. So just bring the dough together very quickly. When you're done bringing the dough together, it should be looking something like this. It's not too strong and it's not too soft. Just make sure to pop this into a plastic wrap. Allow this to rest in the fridge for roughly 30 minutes. So while we are waiting for our dough to rest, so in here we have our plantains boiling and it's properly cooked. So just make sure to turn off the heat and allow this to cool down. Guys, the plantains are already cooled. I already take off the skin, so I'll be slicing this now. So just make sure to get a sharp knife to slice these plantains, and secondly allow them to cool down properly before slicing them. So that is just it, and I'll show you guys the next step. When you are done slicing the plantains, it should be looking something like this. So make sure to set this aside now. So into a clean bowl, add in 2 tablespoons of regular brown sugar, or you can as well use the lighter brown sugar on this recipe. So when you are done with that, add in 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder and mix this together until it's completely incorporated. It's 30 minutes already. Our dough is out from the fridge. Just take off the plastic wrap, and the next thing we are going to do is to divide this dough into 2, and we'll be working with 1 at a time. When you are done dividing the dough, if it's still very frozen, just knead it a little bit and sprinkle some flour on your work surface. Just use your rolling pin to roll this out. So we are going for a square shape. So that's just what we are going for. But when you are rolling it, you'll be seeing some butters. Don't worry about it, it's completely perfect. So that is just it. Just roll this out until you get a very nice square shape. So make sure to take off the rough edges now, like so. Just take them off, and please do not throw them away, we are still making use of it. So just take off all the rough edges, we don't really need them. You are done taking off all the rough edges, cut this into 2, then cut into any size or shape that you want to make for your plantain roll or plantain pie. Just cut to any size or shape or design that you want to create for yourself. So this is what I was going for, so I'll make sure to set this aside. I'll be working with 1 at a time, and when you are done with that, just add in 1 of the sliced plantain, add in the cinnamon and the sugar. Then we have some egg wash. Just do the egg wash and gently roll this together. So you guys will see the way I did this. It's very easy to put together, and it tasted so good too, guys. Just roll this. Can you guys see that? So just flip it over, then seal it up. It's very simple, and I will make sure to repeat the same steps so you guys will see what I did very well. So I will use my fingers to seal the edges down and use the fake to seal it up properly. And when I'm done, I will be using the pizza cutter to take off the rough edges. So that is just it. Isn't this so easy, guys? I know it's so easy. So just repeat the same step until you are exhausted of all your plantain pies. So that is just it. Gently pop this into your baking tray. Arrange them very well so you have enough room to add in the other ones. As you guys can see, I'm done rolling out all my plantain pies. So what I'll do now is to use my fake to create a hole at the center so it can cook properly on the inside and the outside. So that is just it. And when we are done with that, I'll be doing the egg wash. When you are done, it should be looking something like this. Can you guys see how this looks already? Yeah, so just set this aside. So in here we have 2 egg yolk, and I'll be adding in 1 tablespoon of water and whisk this together very well until it's properly incorporated. See what we are doing here? We are not trying to make this be a golden brown, we are trying to make it look a little bit yellowish. So that is why we are using just the egg yolks, guys. So that is just it. Just make sure to distribute them evenly on top of your dough. Just be generous, do not be stingy with this. So when you are done with that, quickly pop this into your oven or your stove top. So it depends on the one you are using. Pop it into your oven and bake for 20 to 30 minutes, guys, until it's properly cooked, guys. So that is just it. With the egg wash, so it's time for us now to bake for 20 to 30 minutes. Let's get baking now. 30 minutes already and our plantain pies are ready. Can you guys see how this looks? It's properly cooked and it came out beautifully well, guys. So it tasted amazingly good too. So guys, I'll be showing you guys the end result. This is the end result of our plantain pies. It came out beautifully well. So if you love this video, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. Share this video to your friends, your family and your loved ones. I'll see you guys on my next video. I love you all. Bye bye. See you soon.